I'm Steve Fredrickson, and I care.
I'm Kevin Stevenson, and I care.
I am Geir Olsen, and I care.
You know, our premise of a professional look and feel debt collector is really what got PRA up and running, and I think drove a lot of the decisions that we made in the early days. The industry, as you know, was highly unprofessional.
We saw, a lot of, as we like to say, folks collecting in renovated motels and guys with open shirts and gold chains.
The participants really weren't doing a good job for employees. They weren't doing a good job for customers, and they really weren't respecting the brands of the clients that they were buying from. And so we looked to change all that and really bring the industry up a notch. For many years we fought the concept of defining core values and actually putting them down in paper. My feeling always was, if the employee doesn't see management living out core values and insisting upon certain things being done by employees in certain ways, then words on a paper were never going to matter to them.
One of our early taglines was an institutional look and feel. That over time evolved into, we're giving debt collection a good name. That later evolved into, PRA core values. And as we were talking to the folks at Active Capital during the acquisition period, we saw that they had the AK way, which is even really a very interesting way of segmenting these pledges or these commitments to folks. And it just was a natural fit for us to kind of marry that together, but yet simplify it into these pieces that people can understand and live every day. That all led then to this concept of PRA CARES.
So PRA CARES really came about as we looked at bringing together two real leaders in the industry.
PRA Group and Active Capital came together about a year ago. And although we had very similar ways of operating and similar culture, we used different words to describe it.
This, from a cultural perspective, really gave us an opportunity to look at what it was that both companies stood for and try to combine those in a real cohesive manner so that we had one global set of values that every employee, whether they're sitting in Oslo or Madrid or whether they're sitting in Hutchinson, Kansas or Norfolk, Virginia, could really understand and get their arms around.
PRA CARES is really a merger of the two cultures coming together. Not a US culture, not a European culture, but a truly global culture that cuts across all the markets we operate in.
PRA CARES is a very simple acronym that exemplifies, what we're about, how we're formed, how we run the company, and how we plan on doing business going forward.
So for instance, the R in CARES stands for respect. We wanted to make sure that everyone understood how important that was for the company and I think its future success. Number one, employees need to understand they need to respect each other. I think as importantly, we need to understand that we need to respect the customer, and every interaction that we have with the customer is vitally important.
This is really just the culmination of 20 years of trying to do the right thing and the right way and bring professional standards to the industry.
PRA CARES will help us to evolve the company and make decisions in line with our core values.
I think it's also important to understand that these core values that we're rolling out aren't industry minimums. These aren't things that we feel we need to do to simply be a player in the game. We expect more out of ourselves, more out of our people than the laws and the regulations call for. And that's really what's led PRA to the success that we've experienced to date, and we think that's what's going to drive PRA to be a global leader over time.
PRA CARES, a simple acronym representing our promises to be committed,
accountable, respectful, ethical,
and successful to employees, customers, and others.